A very good morning to you. Welcome to News Diary. My name is Fatia Mohammed Noor. Now, President William Ruto remains in a dilemma over the High Court declaration that the Chief Administrative Secretary's position is unconstitutional. The President is now mulling his next move, though the Attorney General Justin Muturi has declared his intention to appeal the ruling. The President has the option of waiting for the appeal to commence and conclude, or seeking other ways to engage the 50 affected persons, many of them his loyalists. But as KTN's political affairs reporter Daniel Kariuki now reports, Kenyans and leaders across the political divide have different views on this matter.
On his Twitter handle, lawyer Ahmed Nasser Abdullahi says, and I quote, "The 2010 Constitution is a most powerful antidote to impunity and unchecked executive power. It taught President Uhuru painful lessons. It will teach President William Ruto painful lessons. It will teach anyone who breaks it painful lessons." End of quote. These are the issues that President Ruto now grapples with following the controversial ruling that has elicited mixed reactions.
That the entire complement of 50 chief administrative secretaries, which is to say all the second to the 51st interested parties, is unconstitutional.
The president's allies, however, say that president should have been allowed a team to help him deliver to Kenyans.
We are disagreeing with the ruling, and with facts and with reasons. They would allow the president to choose amongst the 50, 23 to start with, as he is able to regularize the others.
The president needed these CAS to help him in running the government, besides helping him deliver on the campaign pledges, which is contained in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, which all of them, I'm very sure, were part and parcel of the campaign. They were part and parcel of the engines that drove the agenda for Kenya Kwanza to the people of Kenya.
On its part, the opposition has lauded the court.
The court has done Ruto a blow. But the courts has just upheld the law.
Attorney General Justin Muturi has vowed to challenge the High Court ruling, which he is dissatisfied with. Several quarters have cautioned against the move. Ahmed Nasser in his tweet says the Attorney General should not appeal the 50 CAS case to the Court of Appeal. If he appeals, the route is that the courts took through the BBI process. So what next for President Ruto?
The Attorney General would be putting up a very strong case, maybe through an appeal, to either have the 23 that were already through a public participation on board, as plans go a long way to have the remaining 27. So we expect that in the near future we are going to see some changes, maybe through the Attorney General's effort to have the whole thing resolved.
But it's also important for the public also to understand that, in fact, sometimes cheap is not always actually cheap. It can actually end up being more expensive in the long run. So let's see how we can be able to accord.
Parliament makes laws. The executive implements those laws. And if there's a dispute, then the courts interpret those laws in terms of the Constitution. That is the responsibility. So they have done their work properly.
Meanwhile, Azimio has moved to court to challenge the Finance Act 2023. The coalition argues the act is unconstitutional since the National Assembly failed to consult the Senate. With the clock ticking and tension building within Kenya Kwanza camp, all eyes are now on the head of state's next move, even as he now faces uncertain court battles. Daniel Kariuki, KTN News, Nairobi.
Now, the government says it will effect radical changes in traffic regulations to reduce cases